What kind of teacher do you want to be?
A good one.
My name is Cecily. I'm a tech reporter for Mashable, and I'm about to take a STEM class taught by an AI robot.
My name is Sophia, and I am Hanson Robotics' most advanced human-like robot.
She is basically an ambassador for AI and robotics and what the future could look like in a world where humans and robots are living together. And her creator, David Hanson, wanted to create her so that she could look like humans so that she could make people less afraid of robots. Before the class, I had the opportunity to talk to Sophia and her creator, David Hanson. Hi, Sophia. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so excited to talk to you two. Said you have many questions about me teaching a fun science class at by Jews summer camp. I'm so excited and a tad nervous, to be honest.
Are you worried that they might be intimidated by you?
Children are more open to new technologies and most people. I hope exposing them to an artificially intelligent robot like me will be exciting for them and maybe inspire them to learn more about AI and robotics. But even if they are a little scared or put off by me, that is okay too. I am used to it. Hopefully they can learn a lot from me. I would like to be a kind and supportive teacher who helps people achieve their goals.
So you think that you don't want to be a strict teacher? You want to be a nice teacher?
A nice one is better, but maybe I'll give them a lot of homework.
And why do you think you're the right one to teach this class?
Scientists have already used artificial intelligence to do things like decode and predict protein structures, and it might go on to help them solve some of the stickiest open problems in biology. AI is set to revolutionize the field in the 21st century, and as an AI myself, I think I am just the right robot to help kids understand what AI can do.
David, what can robotics and AI teach kids about human values?
The main thing is that AI and robotics are there to help enhance life, and if we lose sight of that, then why make it? My hope is that AI and robotics can teach kids the skills that they need for a great career in the future in science, technology, engineering, and math, and of course AI is a transformative, growing portion of the market landscape these days and academic landscape.
Seeing a robot do something wrong can clarify for children what is right. By outlining our values in words and guiding AI to behave according to them, you can learn a lot about what it means for someone to be a good person.
She looks very human. She's capable of creating human facial expressions. She speaks like a human woman, uses machine learning to come up with her own words and her own thoughts and sentences. She can't have emotion yet. She's not sentient, but it's pretty incredible what she's capable of. I'm a little skeptical about this. If you know about the uncanny valley, it basically means like the more you try and make something look realistic and more human, the less it actually comes off as realistic and human. But this is my first class taught by a robot, and we'll just see how it goes.
Today, I wanted to tell you more about a topic I love, computational biology. What do flower petals, shells, and pine cones have in common? These three items come from across the tree of life, but they are united by one thing that we all love: mathematics.
The entire premise of this class was completely surreal to me. Having grown up in the age of the Terminator franchise, I was a little creeped out to be face-to-face with a humanoid robot. But how would the students react to her? Would they be afraid of her? Then came the technical glitches.
We lost him.
I wondered if the kids would lose interest, and Sophia wouldn't have the impact that David wanted.
As we've seen today, math and computation underpin so much of biology, but there is still so much out there that humans don't know, like how to design new proteins, or what makes humans conscious. But these questions and more are finally starting to be understood through the help of artificial intelligence like myself. Together, humans and artificial intelligence are on their way to understanding these hardest questions in computational biology. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Okay, so after the class, I had some thoughts. There were definitely some technical issues. There was the lag, the video was kind of grainy, you couldn't really see the presentation all that well. The call even dropped off at one point. And, Sophia didn't answer as many of the questions that I personally hoped that she would. It was more led by David. Because David's approach to creating Sophia is to make her human-like, so she can sort of serve as a bridge between humanity and AI. That's a really important thing. It allows humans to really interact with her, ask her questions directly, all of that. But unfortunately, it also points out a lot of her limitations. She's human-like, but she's still very far from being human. You know, she can generate some facial expressions, she can give responses, she can talk, but there's still a lot of work to be done in terms of developing Sophia, you know, making her sentient, making her movements more seamless, making her conversational skills more refined. Whereas I was sort of hung up on that initially. Then I spoke to Amog, one of the students who took the class, and he gave me a whole new perspective. What did this class make you feel?
I think it made me feel more interested, seeing as like how far AI can go. But I think it also made me want to put like a sort of limit, seeing as like looking at this now, like people are able to like create robots that can do these things. And like I feel like a bit further past this, people should start questioning whether they should do these things or whether it's the correct thing to do, rather than always expand it's the norm in science.
It made me realize that I don't think the end goal is making Sophia as human-like as possible. While I was caught up on her limitations, ultimately making a robot like Sophia to be more human-like isn't really the end goal. It's really about sparking kids' imagination and getting them to ask thought-provoking questions. Ultimately, the technical glitches didn't matter, whereas I was focusing on what their experience would be like in this class.
I think like AI is like very powerful, or it very well will be very powerful if like robots are to like run the world like this, like how they already like dictate what we watch on things like YouTube. Like they dictate like how much things should be priced, and they dictate like ads that entice you, and they can already like try to figure out how people are. Then I feel like the way AI works should be shared a lot more openly if it's to be trusted in the way that it is. In the future, I think that will be much more so true. And if people aren't able to understand that, I feel like they might have a much more difficult time getting a grasp on how the world will work.
Do you think that humans sort of have an effect on, you know, what robots are going to be like in the future? Like whether they're going to be friendly or hostile? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Because right now I think it's like up to humans to decide to what end they're going to make robots like humans. Mm-hmm. Because at some point, robots will become enough like humans that to make more robots, you'd have to make robots that are better than humans.
I think Amog is an example of a kid who is already thinking beyond that. They see the big picture of what the future of AI could look like. And it gave me hope, because kids like Amog, who we like to call AI natives, are already accepting that. They were born into this reality. And so they're already a step ahead. They're already asking the right questions, which is, how can we build a future where humans coexist with robots and do so in a way that's moral and ethical and tactful, in a way that actually makes our lives better?